Welcome to the self-love session. I am honored to be facilitating a conversation around the needs of our heart, especially during this massive Venus retrograde season. Along with a few eclipses, March is the jam. March is setting the tone for 2025. So it's imperative that we embrace a deeper depth to our self-relationship so that we can meet these needs with greater grace and greater ease. Not only are we going to be moving through the 4 needs of the heart over this next 6 weeks, 40 days and 40 nights actually, we're going to be looking through life also embracing the teachings of the Tao while looking through the lens of the 5 realms and supporting all of this with the 5 fundamental questions. I have braided the teachings of 3 very important mentors who have done the work themselves, have taken the time to dedicate their life to a body of work to better serve humanity. And it's through the teachings of the Tao, where the intrinsically connected parts of our beings all weave a fabric of life that we're all a part of. Meeting our needs not only meets our needs, but it meets the needs of humanity. Because when I'm in balance, you're in balance. And so when I'm not in balance, I'm unintentionally impacting others. So this next 40 days and 40 nights, incorporating the live practice of meditation into your daily ritual, taking the time to ask yourself, what are my needs today? And what realm of my life may need my support, guidance, and love through those 4 needs of the heart being met? And if I take the attentiveness of the 5 fundamental questions and apply it to my life, I will allow myself to feel deeply into the wonders of love, for I am that love. I will create a beneficial connection to myself. I will feel much more in harmony and balance with life. And I can honor boundaries because I know where my needs are being met. And I no longer have to expose myself to the needs through another person, another thing, another avenue. My needs are met through my love. My needs are met through me. And so, what kind of an experience do you want to be living in? Right? We all have desires. We all want joy. We all want that happy life. But life is full of changes and surprises as we journey ahead. And when we have others involved in our experience, our family, our friends, our colleagues, our communities, we're impacted by what they're impacted by. And life isn't going to stop impacting us. But learning how to love ourselves sets us up for success in order to be able to move through these moments in life. Humans need connection. The heart has 4 needs. And it's through that human connection that sometimes these needs are met. And if we weren't always taught how to emotionally handle ourselves, we may not be able to yet. That will change, right? There's a reason you'd want to even be listening to this conversation. A breath of momentum is beginning in this spring that's rolling ahead. It's not that far away. It's March the 4th. Spring is just around the corner, so now we're preparing. And we're going to prepare deeply into the self-relationship to understand, how can I show up for my human experience? Meeting my needs and desires, living my life based on that self-love. That's a value. And there's always a belief system around a value. And that belief system creates dialogue. And that dialogue is what your actions and behaviors are responding to. Right now we're up for recycling. So I teach what I need to myself learn as well. So I myself will be taking this 40 days to understand how I respond to self-love, how I give and receive that love. We're all in a reevaluation of what we value. The question is do you value it enough to fight for it? To live your highest octave, your highest vibration, your ripple. How we communicate and gather information regarding our fiery passion and life force is all up for renewal. Reevaluate. There could be some reversals in this next 40 days. There's definitely a realignment coming. It's already started. March brings us to an opportunity to very carefully consider change as we move ahead. So take this moment. Just take a moment with me and drop into your heart using your breath. And if you feel comfortable, join me there by gently floating your beautiful eyes closed. And let's all take a few breaths into our gracious, beautiful, loving, kind, compassionate heart. And what does your heart truly desire? Deep within the wells, deep within the chambers, that beautiful center of your being, what do you whisper secretly about? What do you desire deep within but don't allow? How do you give and receive love? And when it honors you and however it serves you, please gently open your eyes. And just take inventory of perhaps what dialogue did show up. What does a person who loves themselves do for themselves, right? What do you do for love? How do you ritualize you? And what do I mean by that, right? That's kind of weird, hey, Rach? No, it's not. How do you ritualize you? I rise daily and I create a meditation. I check into the astrological news of the impact over the next 24 hours. I settle into a great yoga practice. And then I meditate. And then I get on with my day. But there are pockets in my day where I stop and I pause and I give myself the attention, which is one of the needs of the heart, the breath, the space, just to recalibrate, rebalance. There's a lot of moving parts to the day, and humans have a lot of needs. And so when we embark upon a journey of even just perhaps going to town for milk, check the mail, we're going to run into another human, and there becomes an exchange, right? So this 6 weeks, honestly, is to reevaluate, reassess, realign the relationship you have with yourself. And then you show up different in the relationships in your life. What is the worst thing you have ever done to yourself? Are you willing to make up for it with self-love? Over this next 40 days, learn how to, and take that tool ahead into the rest of your being, into the rest of your life. Think of a time when you may have blamed someone for a negative outcome. And we've all been here. Trust me, I've been here. Could you have been partly responsible? Absolutely. I am 100% responsible for my half of that experience. I can't change the past, but I can change how I view the meaning I'm making it to me today. We're going to learn. 40 days, got a lot of action in this next 40 days for all of us, right? And do you feel unloved and unworthy right now here as an adult? I'd really love to support that as we journey ahead. And let's start pulling back the tendrils on parts of these ideas and beliefs and just Just give them some air and let's see if we can lighten the load, change your perspective, perhaps, maybe just a tiny bit. I'm not going to rip our trees apart in one session. Goodness, no. You wouldn't walk or talk, and that's unfair. I would never rob my client of an aha moment in their healing journey. What steps can you take to give more love to yourself and therefore increase your self-worth? Going to work on our mindset over this next 40 days and understand where this lack of self-love is actually coming from. This is my passion. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about how our mind works best to open to receive information. We have to be settled, balanced, and present. So I may touch on grief a little bit over the 6 weeks as well, because oftentimes there's been unintentional, perhaps a comment, or perhaps there's some trauma. There always is, that has made you believe what you believe, and that's okay. We're here to understand one another, and that's a self-love reset. So 6 weeks journeying, reevaluating the relationship, the dynamics and the patterns that have been created. And you may use them for a while yet, but let's just broaden our horizon on the 4 needs of the heart, okay? This is where we're going to begin. You can take notes, but trust me, I have a PDF coming that will definitely support the conversation you've been so gracious enough to sit and listen with. So I appreciate your time. So learning to love the self. It's courageous, it's vulnerability, it's letting go of the binds that have held you together. And I respect those binds. And let's learn how to use those as a tool to support you moving forward. So I don't necessarily say throw it all out the window, but maybe some of this will. Okay? It's about learning new things. It's about learning new love. It's about learning your love. So no matter what our issue seems to be, learning how to love ourselves through the experience seems to be a big part of the exchange. The 4 needs of the heart is an exchange, oftentimes with yourself, okay? So love is the miracle cure. It really is. It's a high vibration. It's a loving vibration. It's got a positive impact. Loving ourselves works miracles in our lives. And so those 4 needs of the heart, attention, affection, appreciation, and acceptance, all are interweaving and intrinsically connected through most of the experiences and exchanges we have. But that first exchange and experience is you. So learning how to be kind to you, talk nicely, be compassionate, empathetic, all the things that we seem to throw, give, hand out to a number of things during the day. I'm asking you to give yourself a big chunk of that first. Investing in the self. That's a value. That's an exchange. It's a currency, right? And I'm not talking about vanity, being stuck up, ego-filled experience. Like, beauty is beauty. Love is love, though. I'm having a conversation of deep, great respect for myself that, I'll be honest, couldn't have happened 10 years ago. No, absolutely not. I have a deep respect for myself today that I knew I didn't know how to afford in the past. Love is an appreciation to a degree that fills our heart, fills those needs, right? Attention, affection, appreciation, and acceptance, bursting and overflowing. Love can go in any direction. We can feel love for anything we'd like. The very process of life, the joy of being here, the joy of me getting to even have a recording of myself placed on YouTube and that people might listen to, well, that gives me joy. And it makes me feel like love. And I see the beauty. I see the beauty in me, in my growth, and my self-love. So let's share that with another person. Love for the knowledge. the process of our mind. It's amazing to uncover why we do the things we do and set it free. We can love the way our bodies look and the way they work. We can love animals. I love my Frenchie. We can love Mother Earth. We can love life itself. We can love the universe and the way it works. Whatever your jam is. But what could you add to this list? What could you be willing to add to this list? And I hope your name is at the top. I do. Learning how to love ourselves is a gift. But I know that there is a ton of ways that we may not love ourselves, and I'd like to work on those. So, in your mind's eye, ask yourself, what are some of the ways that I don't love who I am? Don't love how I show up for the experience of life? And then I gently ask you, is this a lack of attention? Is it an inability to provide yourself affection? Maybe you don't feel that you're worthy of it. Appreciation. I know I struggled with this one too. I didn't know how to appreciate me. I would work myself to the bone. That's not appreciation. I thought I was respecting myself by honoring that hard work mentality, that if I don't show up and give it all, then you're not showing up at all. I don't believe in that anymore. Acceptance. This is a big one. This is, accepting yourself for who you are, how you are, where you are, and what. Your experience has been created up until now. We have a choice in our life. Attitude is a choice. That is not the fifth need of the heart. It's just the truth, right? So I want us to dive deep into the constricted ways that we're holding love away from ourselves, right? Example, if we scold ourselves, if we criticize, if we're judgmental to ourselves endlessly, that's not attention. That's negative attention. It's certainly not affection. And it's not appreciating you as the beautiful human that you are. And sure as hell is showing that you have a lack of acceptance for who you are. Then your four needs are not being met. Your heart is not balanced. Then you're not balanced. So it's imperative we learn how to love ourselves through the journey of this experience. We're humans, we're allowed to make mistakes, but I don't want us to beat ourselves up forever. I certainly don't. So if we deny ourselves in any good way, it's not healthy, it's not balanced, it's not moving us forward. If we deny our good in any way, it is an act of not loving ourselves. If we deny our good in any way, you'll be stuck. It's a form of grief, depressed, right? We're holding ourselves down. This is not loving ourselves. Lack of self-worth is another expression of not loving ourselves. So these four needs of the heart, I'm going to teach us to cultivate, to tap in, to embrace these needs. Even if you don't believe in it at first, right? That's okay. Imagine the feeling. Imagine what attention looks like for you. It's the first need of the heart. This one is about being seen, heard, and validated. Giving yourself attention means you're being fully so present for this breath and you're engaged in yourself. It means slowing down and taking the necessary time to check in. That's what I do. Check in with the heart using the breath. We just find a little pocket in our day. Maybe it's at the stop sign. Maybe it's through the Tim Hortons drive-thru. It's about just simply acknowledging your feelings and your needs, right? You find wherever in your day that you can to incorporate it, but please do, right? Like, I'm not just making fun of the drive-thru because I happen to be there quite a bit. I'm just saying, find where it is. When I first began my healing journey, I was a certified Heal Your Life coach and teacher, and I packed the Heal Your Life book around with me everywhere to grab that one anchor that could help me bring back to center. Trauma talks for us for a very long time. And if we're scared to show up in life because we have a lack of self-worth, we have a lack of self-love, we have a lack of self-esteem, trust me, that book saved me so many times in the grocery store aisles. And I would read, do what it takes to reconnect with you. It's so worth it. So you can also give yourself attention by spending some time in nature, hugging a tree or two. I love it when my clients send me pictures of themselves all over this beautiful planet. I'm going on a holiday. Hug a tree, send me a pic. Right? It's by spending time in nature, and it's giving yourself, your body, the energy of attention. Perhaps it's journaling. Write yourself a story. Talk a story. Share it with the world. Practice mindful breathing. Okay. So when you're in this space, when was the last time you gave yourself attention? Like really nice, good attention. Like right now, breathing into you, liking every morsel of that experience. Because, you're here to learn to love yourself. Do you ever allow yourself the time to slow down? Like even now, I bet you're probably doing, if you're watching this recording, which you obviously would be, did you multitask this recording? Or did you take the time with a nice cup of tea? Coffee's allowed. And sit and listen? I know. Maybe you only have 10 minutes, but give it the full 10 minutes of attention then, right? How can you cultivate a deeper sense of awareness and connection with yourself? Checking in with yourself is the only way you're going to create that ritual, right? So we're ritualizing ourselves during these 40 days and 40 nights to learn how to embrace these 4 needs. This is a process. It's going to take some time. Affection is the second need. Giving yourself affection means you're treating yourself with kindness and compassion and care. You're generous with that affection. I mean, we hand it out, we give it away. We kiss babies, we hug grannies, we do all the things. Do you hug you? Do you give yourself some self-smoothings? I really hope you start. Ritualize you. It means recognizing your worth, treating you like you would treat that best friend. For example, maybe you take a relaxing bath. Maybe you settle in, you surrender. Maybe you take yourself out for a nice supper by yourself. I've done that. I thought it was a little weird at first, but no. Once I got into that, I was like, wow, this is a delicious date. Highly recommend. Practice self-massage. It's just, what are some ways that you're willing to allow yourself to be shown some love and tenderness? How can you create more space in your life to incorporate more joy that would feed that affection? Do you give yourself, though, the time and the permission to slow down and really capture that attention? Because I don't want to hear that you were stirring macaroni at the same time. I get it. Busy lives, but please, you can afford 5 minutes. The third need of the heart, appreciation, right? It's about feeling that value, that respect, and being celebrated for that. I have a high line of integrity and boundaries surrounding my business. I take it very seriously. So I appreciate and recognize the qualities and the traits that it requires. It's about achieving that desired goal in your life and celebrating you when you do. It doesn't matter if you're the only one in the party. That's okay, right? You get to say who comes to that party because it's your party, right? So appreciation is the third need of the heart, and it's about appreciating what you value, what you respect, what you celebrate in your journey. Sing it loud and be proud. It means focusing on your strengths and achievements rather than faults, rather than the shortcomings, rather than comparing yourself to the other person. Be so proud of your expression. Appreciate your expression. Your uniqueness is what's needed here today. And acceptance, right? It really is about truly embracing the fourth need of the heart, understanding you, embracing you. And of course, there's forgiveness in that. Why? Because we're humans. We are humans. We've all been, no, kidding, programmed in some way, shape, or form. And how energy moves through us impacts how we show up in the world. It truly does. So, giving yourself acceptance means practicing self-compassion, letting go of judgments, expectations. Ooh, there's a game changer. It means embracing your unique and quirkiness. That's me. Saying kind things. That's homework, by the way. And embracing all the imperfections as the golden nuggets that they are. What are some ways that you're willing to practice self-compassion for you tonight, today, right? And let go. Let go of judgments and expectations. Do you even know what those are? Do you even know if you apply them to your life? Because you do. How can you embrace that uniqueness? Okay, I know we've all taken a selfie. We've all taken a selfie, right? And so you're capturing your uniqueness. Now I want you to share that with the world. Shower yourself with self-love, even with me. If that's the only comfort zone you have at this point, that's cool. Send it to me. I would love to see that. And appreciate the same in others. So if anyone else here is brave enough to be sending out selfies to one another, let's start a trend. It's our own private social club, okay? Or we could put it in a private Facebook group. I mean, whatever your jam is, okay? So this first week is really, truly about exploring, ladies, the needs of the heart. And remember that each person here is on a unique journey. So there's no one-size-fits-all approach to this. I'm just kind of giving you a broadened perspective, maybe some little post lamps as you walk down that beautiful boardwalk, a little cobblestone effect, a little dusky evening. And it's through those quiet walks that you understand that meeting your heart's needs is discovering who you are. It's discovering what works for you and cultivating that deeper relationship with your own heart. Why? Because that's your center of being. That's your drum beat. That's your rhythm. That's your vibration. And you are attracting that back to you. So I'm inviting you to ritualize you. Join me. Please do. Join me in meditation. This 6 weeks love session includes the meditation practice. My class is live, always has been, always will be. So this has been going on 5+ years now. So every day, 7 a.m., 5 p.m., Mountain Standard Time, virtual meditation daily. I am that dedicated. I am. This is a way of life, and it's helped save me from living a life without attention, affection, appreciation, and acceptance. So the more you listen to your heart, the more you will understand your needs, the more you will be able to meet your needs, and the more others will be able to meet your needs if you choose to have that type of relationship. So when we take care of ourselves and meet our own needs, like, we become way more energized, we're much more happy and positive, and we understand and accept ourselves. So I'm grateful that you took the time to listen, be open your beautiful heart. And let's see where this journey takes us forward. And I look forward to the next session. Thank you. Have a great night.